Have you ever wondered how to fix a crack in the wall or the ceiling? Today I'm going to show you how to do it, and you know what, as a DIYer this is absolutely doable for you. It is not difficult. It might be a bit time consuming depending on how big the crack is. So in this instance I was going to paint a room and I noticed there was a crack between the wall and the ceiling. It's not structural, it is just a settlement crack. It happens in all buildings as they settle over time. But it was quite a big one, and I could have just tried to lash on a bit of filler, but you know what? I know it wasn't going to fix it. So the best thing to do is rake it all out. So you want to scrape that crack back completely till there's no lumpy bits, until there's no loose bits, and then clean it out. Then grab your scrim tape. So I like to use this one. It is a self-adhesive mesh tape, but there's loads of different ones on the market, and you are going to stick that onto the crack. It's a little bit more awkward when you're going between the wall and the ceiling because there's that corner or that bend, but that just means it's going to take a little bit longer. Not that you can't do it. It's obviously easier if it's on a flat surface. If you like this kind of thing, by the way, and DIY and learning how to do it, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I'll be doing loads more videos, but I am going to keep them short and sweet and to the point. I find it really difficult when I'm trying to watch a video and I'm like, please just tell me what I want to know, and I have to watch this big long video. So I'm going to keep it to the point. This is the jointing compound I'm going to use. It's just like a filler. Lash it on. Remember, we're not plasterers. No one is expecting you to be a plasterer or get a perfect finish when you're filling. So lash it on, smooth it out as best you can, and then leave it dry for about 24 hours. Because when you come back to it, you're going to sand it and you're going to get it smooth anyway. So I've sped it up because obviously this takes a bit of a while. And as I was saying, you're going to sand it. So if you have an electric sander, it's going to make the job a whole lot easier. And what would be really good is if you can connect that electric sander to your vacuum, because that is going to remove so much of the dust. If you're sanding it by hand, you can still do it. It's just going to take a little bit longer. And make sure you wear a mask because the dust is so fine. And then with all that said, you're just going to leave it for 24 hours and come back and sand it. And if you notice that it needs another fill, like it's not absolutely perfect, then go ahead and top up the filler on the bits that need it. Again, let it dry and come back and sand it. And then this was quite a big crack. You can see it went the whole way down that wall and into the other wall where they joined. That was the external side of the house. The next thing you're going to do then, after you have it all sanded and smooth, is obviously give it a wipe and get rid of any dust. And then you're going to go with it with primer. You can use an emulsion primer, or you can just use regular emulsion and water it down a bit and use that. But you definitely want to prime where you filled so that when you paint it, it's all the one colour. Otherwise, sometimes the filler can show through, and that's not something you want to happen after doing so much hard work. So my advice is, take your time, don't skimp on the steps, and just trust the process. And if you have any questions about any of this, please pop them in the comments below and I will do my best to get back to you. But look at that, it is absolutely perfect. It is all filled. It's like there was never any crack in the wall. And that is something that any DIYer can do if they take the time and they just know how.